CheapGearGuy, and we are reviewing the my drum setup. As you can see here, we've got somewhere, I think it's like a 23 piece MIDI drum set. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 24 pieces. We got a real hi-hat, it's called Real Hat, the Alesis Real Hat, so you can get the different velocities. So it's not just on and off, you have the different degrees in between. We have the dual zone. We have the chokeable there. These are actually Roland pads. This is a Yamaha. It's a whole hodgepodge of different stuff that I've picked up over time and over the years. These three are from a Rockband drum kit. I picked up from Salvation Army for like $1, I want to say. It might have been like 97 cents or something like that. The set was broken, but the pads were working, so they gave it to me really, really cheap. I just tore apart. Actually, I got the triggers. I took the triggers out of the other pads and threw the whole rest of the thing away. And then these Rolands I got from my source Sun King at eBay, on eBay. These I want to say were like $10 or $15 each, and there's 7. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. I got this Yamaha from them also. That was, I think, like $5 or $6. These pads came with my. These 3 are original. With the rack. The rack was originally came from the Medeli kit that I reviewed a long time ago. The Simmons pads, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Simmons pads right now currently on here. Maybe more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Simmons pads. This one's actually dual zone, but it's not. I gotta set it up a little bit to make it work right. But yeah, eventually these Rolands are dual zones. These are Roland PD7s, and these are PD8s. So we got 7-inch, 7-inch, 8-inch. And then we got 8.5, 9-inch, so it's kind of getting smaller, larger, trying to look like a regular drum set looks. We got the snare drum and everything. We got a variety of these. This is a dual zone, so I've got the edge right here. And then I've got the regular. Then I got the bell. And I've got to adjust it just right, so that way if I get kind of like, normally if you're playing on a regular ride, you're going away on the ride, but if you want to get excited, so that way I don't have to bang on the edge of it just to get the sound, I can just start hammering away on it, just like you normally would on a ride. Then I got a crash here, China, got a crash here. So then I got 3 percussion pieces, which I don't know why this one stopped working here over there, but it did. I think it's a wiring issue. I got to check on that. So yeah, that's what I use for my drum set, and it's all powered by down below. I've got well, here I got an extra cymbal that stopped working on me. Also, I don't know why, but a couple pieces stopped working. I gotta figure out why, but I've got a whole stack because of Sun King. Sun King's low prices. I was able to pick up a crap ton of Simmons pads. They're normally like $50 brand new for single zone pads, but I was able to pick them up for like $7 and $8. So I just bought a bunch of them. Then I have my old pads that came with my Medeli kit, and then I've got an Alesis dual zone. This thing right here. It's normally like 60, 70 bucks, and I got it for 15. It works perfectly. I don't use it. It's a little bit heavy on this little what I got here, and so I just haven't used it. I plan on using it eventually, but right now, I don't know. I've got another drum brain that I'm going to be hooking up eventually. If I can get enough, I got to get some more clamps and stuff so I can hook things up. I've got plenty of pads. I just don't have enough brain space. Right now I'm using a DDrum DDTi, which is the same thing as an Alesis IO. And then I'm also using an Alesis D4 just to trigger BFD3. I was running BFD2, and then I found out that you can upgrade to BFD3 for like $100. They were running a sale pretty cheap for like $100 something, and then it came with also a free version of Percussion. So I had to jump on that because Percussion is just awesome. Expansion is awesome. So yeah, I've got a bunch of bunch of expansions for BFD3, and I'm going to be reviewing BFD3 here in a little bit. But all the sounds you hear, that's BFD3. I use it exclusively on my latest album, The Sound of a Purposeful Gun, and I'm going to be using it from here on out exclusively because of just ease of use, the sound quality is head and shoulders above everybody else. As an actual drummer, it just sounds way better than the other companies. I've tried Addictive Drums, and while they've got good sounding, I don't think they sound as realistic or as good as BFD3, or the rest of the BFD, the other expansions that they got. And I tried Tune Track, and that just sounds too like studio. And while that's can be a good thing, to sound like you just drop it in and it sounds like it comes out of a studio. I like to sit behind just the drum set and play, and it doesn't really sound like that when you just sit behind a drum set and play. It sounds like you're sitting behind a studio unit. The main problem is that they've adjusted it for what they think the sound should be, and BFD doesn't do that. BFD sets it up like they record the drums the way the drums sound, and then you can EQ them how you want them to sound, which is what I want. What ends up happening with the Tune Track is that you end up with all these different expansion packs, and all the drums sound exactly the same. I literally went through one of their packs and switched out all the different drum sets, especially the toms, and they literally sounded exactly the same. It's like, why even bother buying an expansion when there's like 5 drum sets in that expansion and they all sound the same? So that's my opinion. You feel free to feel however you want to feel about it, but my personal opinion is that BFD is the way to go. On top of that, this set is like a 25 piece, and it can get bigger, and it might get bigger. I'm not sure. I originally had another cymbal up there, and I think I had another percussion piece or two. And I might go back to that. I don't know just yet right now what I'm going to be doing on this next album or two. I'm definitely going to be getting a bit more experimental, especially with the percussion stuff. Now that I've got some timpani drums and I've got some other sounds and stuff to mess with. But sorry for rambling on and on. I talk a lot. I love talking about music. But the thing about it is that none of the other XLNs, Addictive Drums, definitely can't handle the size of this drum set. I mean, it can almost handle, it can handle, like, if I didn't have the percussion, it could handle the size of this drum set with just the what I got, 8 cymbals and 5 toms, and it could just barely handle that. But it definitely couldn't handle the percussion. Tune Track could handle the kit, but then I have to add in all those X drums, and that's just a pain in the butt. Then having to add all the the mic channels and stuff, and sometimes the sounds don't want to come through, and then you gotta do weird stuff to it, and then every single time you set up a new drum set, you gotta set up a new key map, and that's just a pain in the ass, man. Pardon my French. With BFD, like, I set up this drum kit, you know what I mean? And I'll show you when I actually go through and review BFD3. I set up the drum kit, and then say, like, this piece no longer is, like, I set up a 3-piece, let's say I put up a 3-piece, and I'll just give you an example. These 3 will be my toms. And that frees up this tom and this tom to be percussion. Well, I just take this tom out, I just tell this tom to be something else. There's not like a limitation, like, this has to be a tom in the program. No, this tom can be a cymbal, this tom can be a hand clap, it can be a snap, it can be a percussion, and this same with this right here, so I can have 3 percussion, like, and then I can have this right here be a cowbell if I wanted to, you know, so I can, something got crossed. Anyways, some wires got crossed there. It's a dual zone area that messed up, but we'll figure it out. There we go. Yeah, it seems to be more responsive. It seems everything about it just seems to be way better. The expansion packs, I mean, there's actually the drums sound like how I want drums to sound. I do have effects on this kit, like how I've EQ'd it to sound like how I want it to sound. So it sounds a little bit different than what, you know, it's going to sound like stock. So you might be like, oh, that sounds really good. But I did EQ and tweak with it. But I generally use like a certain frequencies cut on the toms to make the toms kind of bounce out a little bit more, and the snares, certain things. But you know, those types of things usually producers do anyways, with presets and stuff. But yeah, that basically covers the drum set that I use here for Gearedmah. If you'd like to hear this drum set in actual use, you can check out The Sound of a Purposeful Gun. There's free downloads. I've got it in video format. There's a link for the video in the description down below. There's actually a video where I actually play drums. The song is like the 4th song on the album. I did a video like with me playing all the instruments for the studio. The actual song, I played the song and recorded me playing the song for the album. It's the 4th song. It's called "It's a Good Start," and record the drum track, record the guitars. So normally I just record myself playing the guitars and bass and possibly vocals, but this one I actually went ahead and recorded me playing the drums. And then, like I said, Sound Purposeful Gun, and every album from here on out is going to be using BFD exclusively because they're just the best. They're just the best. So stay tuned for a review of BFD3 and some of the expansion packs. So with that said and done, I think I'm going to head on out of here. Thank you for tuning in. And if you have any questions, by all means, feel free to hit me up. Yeah, like I said, this shows that you can hodgepodge a bunch of crazy crap together and get it. As far as cost, like I said, these were 10, so like what, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Then each one of these was like 7. This was like 96 cents. The total kit, including the D-drum and the I mean, we probably might have spent about $500, maybe. But, I mean, look at what I've got. I've got dual zone. Thank you for tuning in. CheapGearGuy. I'm out of here. I don't know what that was all about.